All right, we're live. Hello, friendos. We are here starting the podcast without Andy, who is in Honolulu, I think, or where is he?
No, Kauai.
He's in Kauai. And
Which one?
I don't know. We talked about it last week. And the voice and the face that you see here is Sarah Cook. She is the head of our women's ministry and has graciously agreed to join us today.
Let me see if we're actually streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right there, Paul.
We are streaming.
We're there.
You know
better
what's
turn down my volume.
So fun about this?
I want to see if we hear.
Yep.
I'll be right there, Paul. We're there. Yes.
We're working.
We did it.
And it's so fun because Sarah oftentimes participates in our podcast via the chat room. What is it? What do you call it? Chat commentary?
Just watch
the comments.
Yeah, the comments.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming, Sarah.
So we brought on superfan.
Yeah.
Sarah Cook.
We had to twist her arm.
For a hard precedent.
Yeah.
By the way, I will tell you, I have a very disappointed 12-year-old that wanted to do this today.
And I have a disappointed 10-year-old.
I know. And sometime in the near future, we're going to get my 12-year-old and your 10-year-old on here.
Well, he came up to us, didn't he, last night? And he's like, we're doing it in the afternoon. And I was like...
Mine?
Yeah. And I was I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So he was working all angles yesterday.
I told him I might actually find a time to just have him come in and... my goodness. You brought this?
Yeah,
dude.
In
It's
light of
chicken.
our discussion.
Remember the chicken sandwich?
The chicken sandwich.
Which I didn't know Freddy's even had chicken.
Thanks. I prefer spicy, though. No, just kidding. So there's where I grew up, where there's this well-known, famous homeless guy by my dad's work. And they called him Frenchie because he used to tell everyone if he would be royalty if he would have lived in France. But he's homeless in San Bernardino, California instead. But he died, and there was an article in the paper about him because everyone knew who he was. And there was a cop that told a story about, one time I took him a ham sandwich trying to be nice, and he gave it back to me. He said, "No, thanks, I prefer ham and cheese." Oh, it's like, yeah. Thanks for the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, sure, anytime.
I don't know. One bite, everybody knows the rules.
There's mayo on it.
Is there mayo? That's
Yeah.
a sauce.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to listen to me? No.
Well, I took one bite of mine. It's delicious.
Very good.
Well, Sarah,
It's probably top
bacon.
3.
is it top 3?
I think that's a top 3.
Top one right now.
What was your
for
number
me.
1, by the way?
Chick-fil-A.
The Chick-fil-A? Yeah, he's got the lifetime supply of it, right?
Cane's is not even on the list.
Eliza has it.
Yeah,
Paul
Eliza.
Schoolmeisters has a...
I know. She actually, I was one of the first ones she told about that.
Wow.
Has she shared with you yet?
No.
So I wonder if Andy's watching right now. If he is, he
I
should
don't know.
comment.
I'll text him.
Well, I figured it out. It's like 7 a.m. I
He probably just
highly
went to bed.
doubt
He's not
that
up.
he's up. No.
Let's see. Texting Andy.
So
He said he wanted to try to join somehow virtually, but
we barely could figure out how to start the microphones. So to bring in him virtually was well beyond our technical abilities. Valentine's Day, how was it for everyone? Sarah, how was it for you?
Another day.
we've
I was at church.
All 3 of us were here.
Yep.
we've never done a big Valentine's thing. Honestly, usually it's just I make dinner, which is not abnormal anyway, but I try to do something a little bit nicer. And then I will say I did a order pickup for Maynard's of the chocolate cake.
Ooh.
Last night you did?
Yeah. I picked it up, and then so after the kids were in bed, that was Jordan and I got to...
Nice.
They give you such a big piece. Mm-hmm. I split it into 4 pieces, so we have it for tonight too. So there you go.
Nice.
Did you, sorry,
I
did
used
cut
to
you
do
off. Did you
stuff
guys
for
do
the
anything?
kids when they were little. We'd have heart-shaped pizzas or heart-shaped quesadillas, but well into our dating times we decided not to exchange gifts. So we
At
don't
all?
exchange gifts at all for anything.
Nothing Christmas, nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
It's not his love language.
To give or receive?
Nope.
Okay.
No. So I didn't want to. Expectations, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, done. Then we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I got made fun of last night because of my gift by 3 teenagers.
Yeah, that was
Sarah witnessed
bad.
how they abused me. So one of them happened to be my daughter. They were asking about Valentine's. I said, oh, yeah, I got Valentine's Day for Mom, for my wife, and her favorite candy is hot tamales. And I wrote in the card, you're still a hot tamale to me. And they absolutely destroyed me and said that was like the worst, and they were laughing. And I will say, Sarah was right. She said, Julie will laugh at that. It's funny. And she did. She opened up the card and laughed at it and said, I like that.
Yep.
And I told her how I felt very hurt inside because our daughter and 2 of her friends completely berated me about that ridiculous comment. Yeah.
Well, good thing you're not trying to impress your daughters.
That's right.
Or their friends.
That's true. So, speaking of Thanksgiving, or what are we? Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
Not Thanksgiving. We had a marriage thing. We need to talk about that last week. We had a men and women's combined event, correct? Mm-hmm. And it was Valentine's Day yesterday. So some people are probably celebrating this weekend, Valentine's Day. So we want to give dating advice on a blind top 5 date nights. Now, it's whatever your current situation is. So, as far as the rankings go.
Okay.
Okay? So, your current situation.
Celeste
You're
said,
doing this home.
howdy, Sarah. I see you acquiesced.
What?
You caved in. You gave in.
Oh,
You're on.
you're next, Celeste.
We promised her free lunch. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, blind top 5.
Okay, so I have to do it, huh?
Yeah, you gotta eat, comment, and
Yeah, I can't do
be
it
the
alone.
administrator. Yeah, you gotta do it, Greg.
No, I mean, that's fine. I usually
Yeah.
give the...
No,
Okay.
you have questions for Sarah, right? Yep. Blind top 5 date night for this weekend. Okay.
For this weekend.
Oh.
All right.
You know how this works?
Yes.
He's got to do his joke.
Mike has 5 things. We have to rank them. We don't know what he's going to tell us, so we just blindly rank them. Those are the rules.
I'm so nervous.
All right.
You should be.
We'll throw a softball out. Dinner and a movie.
It's a classic.
Classic. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with movies because you can't talk. You're just watching the movie.
I'm going number 2, just because I just want to see if there's a ringer for number 1.
I'm going to say 3.
Middle of the road. But what did you talk about the movie after?
Yeah, but it's...
So would you go movie and dinner?
I think you go movie then dinner.
Okay.
That's a good move, depending on what time the movie starts.
Yeah, and if you can
That's
stay
true.
up late.
Yeah.
And Scott always wants to do a matinee, so there you go.
So you do movie and dinner. Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a 3.
Doesn't matter where the dinner is.
Aloha, Andy.
100%.
Hawaii.
He's there.
Women don't want to eat at restaurants with TVs
Okay.
and loud music.
That's hard to find nowadays.
It is.
I mean, you go
Very hard.
anywhere. Although if you go to Rockwoods and don't eat in the bar area, there's no
Which
TVs.
we usually do.
Yeah.
We haven't been there for a while because they got rid of their chocolate cake. You haven't had, neither of you have had that?
No.
It
No.
was their staple item. Even the waitress said, I know, I don't know why they did that. Oh, so good. So
Nope,
good.
never had
That's
this.
an odd move to get rid
Yep.
of chocolate cake. Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going number
So
2
you're
because
2?
I think that's a classic. And we talked a few weeks ago. Forget how fun, the process of going to the movies and all that, the experience. Like
yeah. You got to do it
Jordan
all
and I
online
haven't
now.
been to a movie. I honestly couldn't tell you the last movie that Jordan and I went to. Like,
We went to Oppenheimer.
It's been
whenever,
so long.
Whenever that was.
no, it's
6
been
months ago.
years
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
I think ours would probably be a Marvel movie.
With the kids. Maybe.
Yep, probably.
I'm saying without kids.
Probably another Marvel movie. Or Star Wars, whatever one came first.
I can't believe Andy is up. That's amazing.
Is he up?
Yeah, he's
Oh, hi, Andy.
We give him extra points for that. Andy,
Did Paul or
it's
Andy
good to
just
see
turn
you.
on our twinkle lights?
I don't know.
Because they could do it with the app.
Oh, wow.
You can't see it
wow.
on
That's
camera.
nice. All right, so dinner, movie 2 and 3. All right,
Okay.
cooking class.
Are we supposed to rank on behalf of ourselves or also our spouse?
Well, that might affect it, right?
Because I'm just saying, if I want a good date with Jordan, that's going to be number 5 because she doesn't want any part of a cooking class.
No.
Well, I shouldn't
And
say.
this is a date.
Depends
date.
what it is.
I guess you
He
don't
doesn't
have to
enjoy
go with
cooking.
your spouse, but I mean, that's a whole nother top 5, I guess.
And is this top 5 for me or for my spouse?
That's what I'm saying. Is it
Yeah.
like,
Is it
Yeah.
me, my date preferences?
Yeah, I think it's yours.
Okay.
I think it's yours. Let's say it's your birthday.
I think I might move that up to number 2. Before a movie and dinner.
does Scott like to cook?
No.
Jordan doesn't.
I shouldn't say he doesn't like to cook. He doesn't cook because I like to cook. He
And you're-
grills, but
I'm
I
not.
cook.
I'm not
I like to
suggesting this
cook.
is like for a date. Paul says, "Who else would you go on a date with?" My point is the date like? Do I consider Jordan on this one,
Her feelings.
or just myself? Is this like my best date, or is it like what I think would be the best for the two of us?
Well, they're not here, Scott or Jordan or
yeah,
Julie.
but we're still ranking the date night. That's
Well,
all.
yeah. Scott would totally. I think he would do a cooking class.
He seems pretty
I think
easygoing.
he would.
Jordan would do it if I really
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, but it wouldn't be her pick. So I'm gonna go 4.
Okay.
I'll put it that at 4.
All right.
What did you put
2.
it at 2?
Okay. Costco, Target, Home Depot.
Oh, golly.
That's like number 1 when
Yeah.
you have kids. Can we go without kids? Oh, this is amazing.
So you have 15 errands you got to
Oh,
run,
man.
and you don't have kids for the night.
Sadly, we did that before we had kids,
Yeah.
and then it just still happens.
Yeah, that's so crazy how like every parent knows immediately. That's like a great date night. You got to go shopping without kids. We did that. Jordan and I did that this fall. Maybe it was late last spring. It was it was a church night, a Wednesday night. I think it was early this fall. We got Starbucks and then we went to Target.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, this is amazing.
Do I like to do that as a date? I'm going to go 4. For us, it's become necessary.
Yeah,
like, you
I know.
have to do it. It's not a date.
It's not a date. It's just like
He doesn't
it's
drink
nice.
coffee, so we wouldn't stop, although we have or could stop for ice cream without the kids.
Right.
That would be nice.
That's a lot of fun too.
I mean, if you're at Costco, you could get the dinner, you could get the ice cream. I don't know if you could do a movie. I suppose you could just stand there and watch
Yeah.
the TVs.
TVs,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
your ice cream.
With your ice
cream, little cup, that frozen yogurt cup thing, and stand and watch whatever's on the big screen
Yeah.
TV.
We literally did that just a couple weeks ago. Brax
Yeah.
dropped his kids off, and our girls were watching his kids. And Julie and I went to Menards,
Awesome.
and it was like we tore through Menards. It was awesome.
That'd be sweet. That'd be cool at Christmas time. Go through all the Christmas decorations
Yeah.
and just like
Yeah.
pretend like you're in a winter wonderland.
All right, so what'd you rank?
I'm gonna go ahead and put that. I don't know what I have. I have 5. I'll put it at 5 just because
5?
it's not a date, although that's
Yeah.
really nice and fun.
Yeah.
But I would feel like if you're planning that as a date, you might not gain many points from the spouse.
Okay,
Right.
so 5, 4.
4,
Okay,
I don't know what I have. I got 1 and 3 left.
all right. What do you have?
1 and 5.
1 and 5. All right, pints and paddle. Pints,
Oh,
pints and
number 1. We love pickleball.
So
Never tried it.
Love
Pickleball is
pickleball.
all the rage.
yeah, so it's in, for those who don't know, Pints and Paddle's in Maple Grove. It's a indoor pickleball arena, and then there's a restaurant as well. Correct?
I'm going to put that number 1 because I think Jordan and I would have a lot of fun doing that. We've never done pickleball, but I think that would be a fun date.
Okay, have you been there, Sarah?
We have not been there yet. No.
You know the best thing about pickleball that I hear everyone say? It's like, oh, it's so fun, it's great. You don't even have to be in shape.
It's
everybody
probably
always
true.
goes right to Andy played pickleball yesterday for the first time.
What?
Why you had to go to Hawaii to play pickleball? You couldn't do it in Maple
no
Grove?
kidding.
You can only do it on the beach.
I say I'm not going to say we, but I secretly want a pickleball court in our yard. We have a big
It's not
enough.
a secret anymore. It's
Yeah.
on the internet.
Ooh.
Yes, it's.
So if anybody
You certainly have the room to do
knows- Yes, we do. It's my dream
You know.
because they're so hard to find. Open ones
Yeah, there's
to
one.
play. They're always full.
Is the one
building
right across the
everywhere.
street from you guys full? A lot. There's like that park back
Yes,
there.
and also there's oak trees above it, so there's always acorns on, and it makes the wiffle ball like ting ting.
Just take a leaf blower over there or push
Well,
broom.
I've
and-
thought about bringing a broom, but
Yeah.
you know,
So speaking of acorns, I saw this thing. Did you see this on the internet? Some cop was going by his car. He was walking by. He pulled the car over and was walking back to his own car, and an acorn fell off and hit his car, and he thought somebody was shooting at him, and he turned around and started shooting at his own squad car. It was the wildest thing.
Wow.
Yeah, because an acorn hit. It was kind
Wow.
of. I'll send the video.
Yeah.
So. We were down in Florida recently, and you can't even get on the pickleball courts.
Yeah.
I mean, literally,
They're
they
crazy.
are signed up
Yeah.
all day, every day. It's
crazy.
Yeah.
and our kids play too. They like pickleball.
It looks and
It's
sounds
really fun.
Yeah. I think they're building courts here in town. Maybe across the street. I'm not sure.
Really?
The park that
Over.
the new park behind the elementary school. They're
Putting a park there?
Well, they put a big hockey rink up that hasn't been used at all this. As soon as they finished it, like a week later, due to the weird winter
Yeah.
we're having to close it. All the cities started closing their
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
ice rinks for the season. So, no, I think they are putting pickleball. I believe. I don't know. Whatever.
All right. Last one. You have what left?
If you put one in your
My-
yard, you could rent that out.
You could.
probably-
I know.
that'd
Wouldn't
a
that
good
be
little-
awesome? No.
Yeah.
Get some lights up.
I bet you'd need insurance.
Yeah.
You need to work through the actuarial
Would you fence it?
functions. Was it actuarial function? Is that
Yeah.
you have to work through all that nonsense. And-
The fence is nice when it's like at a public one, but it would be extra exercise if
Yeah. To go get the ball.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just put kind of gravel around so it slows down.
Have you priced it out?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Really?
You're-
Yes.
How just get ballpark?
Yes.
How?
$5,000.
Okay.
This is pretty much going to happen. It sounds like.
Okay.
She's priced it out.
No.
She's
I
out
gotta
there
find
with the
the
measuring
guy.
tape.
When you
She's
break
hired
out-
the surveyor.
I-
She's had the guy marking the
I
ground
know.
for before they dig.
She's got the city.
It's all planned.
She's already got the
And Scott doesn't know a thing
building
about
codes.
it yet.
Oh,
No.
he knows. In fact, he said, when I always have, I got this idea. Huh. He knows always something is going on in my head.
You know who knows
Yeah.
concrete people?
But he-
Probably.
yes.
Jeff Ekstrand knows concrete
Yeah.
people.
Ooh, I
Probably.
haven't thought about talking to him.
Maybe
But
just get it
Scott
tiled.
usually knows a guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he doesn't know a guy for this one.
For concrete.
He doesn't have a pickleball guy.
I know.
I mean, they got to be a hot commodity these days. Pickleball guys
Yeah.
Yes.
designing pickleball courts and stuff.
Well, they're converting
Are
a
they
lot
all
of
the
tennis
exact
courts.
same?
They're converting a lot of tennis courts into.
Yeah,
Yes,
who wants
they
to
are.
play tennis? You got to be in shape
That's
for tennis. Yeah, we're slowly becoming the people on Wall-E. Did you ever see Wall-E? It's the best Pixar movie ever.
I haven't seen
hands
it
down.
in years.
Hands down.
Okay.
He's a robot guy, and the Earth is a mess, so people started living on a spaceship, but they're all way overweight and lazy to the point they can't even move because they're on these like little robotic beds, basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, and they grow pizza.
That's all.
Oh, I don't remember
All
that
right.
part.
There you go.
All right. So what do you have left?
3.
One.
No.
No, you
just
put
went one more.
pickleball
yeah,
on
that
one.
was
three.
I think
I
it
have,
was
I have
3.
three left.
And you have
That's it.
5.
Mine's
Yeah.
5.
Sarah's gonna be very
oh,
disappointed.
Boy.
I actually threw this one in.
Uh-oh.
I got this idea from Julie
Oh, crumb.
for you. Bike ride to get ice cream.
Oh, bike ride? We don't have ice cream close, so that's a long
Bike ride
bike
to
ride.
get ice cream.
It
Well,
actually is very hard for us because we live on a highway. So we can't hop on a bike.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott and I could. I'm not ready to do that with the kids.
You should get one of those tandems. Tandem bikes for you.
Oh my gosh. Scott would, no way.
Yeah, yeah. Get matching like
way.
biking out like the
Yeah.
spandex shirts and shorts and the little clip-in shoes that go on the
We have trailered the bikes
down the
to. There's that park. Is it Richardson Park right in Champlin, right at the bridge? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And then biked
we could do that.
over the bridge to. There's an ice cream place in
Yep.
Anoka. That's
2
really
scoops.
good.
2 scoops.
Yes, we've done
That's
that
our
with the
favorite.
kids.
That's good.
We could do that.
That's a fun place. You could just walk around down there, down by the little river, and
Yeah.
like you could just drive to the ice cream place and
That's
then
true.
walk around. You
Yeah.
don't have to bike.
You don't have to do any actual
Yeah.
exercise.
Physical
Yeah.
We were there sometime over the summer, and didn't realize there was going to be a car show there too. It must have been a Saturday in the
That's
evening.
every other day, every other
Yeah.
Saturday.
That was a lot of fun. Asher's like really into old like muscle cars and stuff right now, which is odd because I'm not a car guy, but like they're cool. I just don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
But that was fun. Like there's a lot to do over there. It's a good time.
It is. Anoka's fun.
Don't even need a bike.
I would have put that one in front of the movie.
That's number
Dinner.
3, but that's
Yeah.
fun. Any ice cream is going to be high on the list, no matter.
It's number
what is
1 on our
involved.
list.
Yeah, it would be on mine.
So
Yeah.
anybody knows the cooks.
I would rather do what's it called? Paddles and pints.
Yeah, pints and
paddles.
paddles.
I'd rather do scoops and whatever. Whatever.
Bike ride and-
Shuffleboard, shuffle, scoop and shuffle.
The I think our favorite place, we don't get to it because it's kind of far for us, is that place right by Champlin Park High School. There's an
Cullen's.
Cullen's, that's good. I like
Although
that place.
they have the same ice cream as the new place in Rogers, so you don't need to drive that.
Oh,
far.
they do?
Cedar-
It's the same ice cream, Cedar Crest.
It's from that place in Wisconsin.
yes.
Oh,
There's
what's
a
the place
ice
in
cream
Rogers?
place over by the dance studio, by the schools, or by where the dance studio used to
something
be.
in ice.
By Devani's.
Yes.
Oh,
Next door,
yeah.
Scoops and ice?
Oh,
ice.
by
Yeah.
the vaping place.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That's where
yes.
you would know the vape place. The sushi place. By the,
The sushi place, yeah.
Yep.
So
What if they have
that
sushi flavored vape? That'd be
we're-
weird.
that came up last night too.
Yeah, it did.
Sushi or vape?
Vaping.
I don't know. We talked wide variety topics with the
Yes.
high schoolers
Yes.
last night.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes the top 5.
All right.
Thank you for playing.
That's
it's not
fine.
nearly as good as when Andy does it, but
No,
you get what you pay for. Okay, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get what you pay for.
Yeah. You
So-
do. Well, thanks for the chicken sandwich. Next week, maybe it'll be ice cream, since that's what we're talking about. What ice cream does What's the Scoop have, Sarah?
Yeah.
What's the Scoop have?
I need Christine Nielsen to help
do they
me.
have Kemp's?
No. 2 Scoops is homemade ice cream from Wisconsin too.
There's one locally that has Kemp's, and it's not like the same that you would buy. I think Kemp's has a ice cream
Can't
shop.
Google it
line.
right now.
I feel like the place.
Celeste, you
in-
came out. Celeste had all these like crazy facts about McDonald's chicken nuggets and all this stuff last week, and then she doesn't know what ice cream.
There's a
So,
place in
what's
Elk
the scoop?
River.
Yeah,
Is it Elk
Amore.
Amore?
Amore?
Amore? I think it's
Yeah.
the same
they
ice
have
cream.
the same as 2 Scoops.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's
Yeah.
like something moo cow. There's a cow. It's got some pink on it. I don't remember what it's called.
Is there anywhere
It's from Wisconsin.
locally that makes ice cream
We have not found one.
in house? No. Okay.
Maybe in Minneapolis there probably is a place or two, but
Maybe you should open one up next to your pickleball.
Yes. Ma'am, just think how much money you make in the summer.
Just have the boys over there cranking the homemade ice cream machine. Just
Scott would have some engine.
He probably
That
would,
would just
yeah.
be next. That would
Yeah.
be doing it.
yeah, it would. But it'd be fun to see
Yep.
the kids struggling
Yep.
through homemade ice cream. Not worth it, by the way. Homemade ice cream. I don't think.
no,
No.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
Financially, by the time you buy all that stuff,
Yeah.
and no. Tillamook ice cream?
Who
Question
said
mark?
that?
Paul?
Tillamook you can buy
Tillamook?
at Target.
Yeah.
It's a very high-end ice cream that you can buy at the store.
What's
And it
Target's
is good.
brand now? Is it Favorite Day or whatever
Yeah.
their new
Favorite Day, I think.
Their ice or Good and Gather, whatever. Their ice cream's good. Target's.
Is it?
I don't know who sources
Not
it, but
tried
it's really good. I think it's good.
I tend to stick with the Kemps because it's here. But
yeah, it might be Kemp's that makes.
that's
the Target.
true.
Julie's been shopping a lot more at Aldi.
Oh,
Ice
yeah.
cream is.
Their ice cream
Yeah.
is not good.
I would say a lot of their
No.
is fine.
Yeah.
The food's like it's whatever, it's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
The ice cream is below grade
Yep.
for
Yeah.
sure.
For sure.
Well, shame on you, Aldi,
100%.
for ruining
I think
ice
the
cream.
Germans could do a little bit better with the ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Well, okay.
All right.
Well, that's
so
enough
now
of
we
that.
got to get to
Date
know
night.
Sarah.
So we had
boy.
the date night ideas are great. We had the Valentine's date night here last Saturday, the marriage adventure, which Sarah put a lot of work into. Men's and women's ministry kind of combined. One of our men's ministry leaders takes off for Mexico.
Yeah. Jay.
Did he
Jay,
really?
yeah.
Yes.
You know what's funny? The whole marriage adventure thing, from the beginning, it was like
Jay's
Jay's
idea.
Jay's
idea.
idea.
And then he's like, "Oh, sorry guys, I'll be in Mexico." No, to be fair, they had it planned a different time, and then it
Yes.
was like
Cheaper.
drastically difference in
Yeah.
price. We're like, don't blame you. But no, it was awesome. It was a great evening. It was a lot of fun right here in this room. We had a very special appearance by Samsung.
I've heard.
Have you heard?
Heard he's getting booked for bat mitzvahs
He's,
lately.
he's getting booked for bat mitzvahs and
Funerals.
whatever else. Funerals.
Oh, boy.
He will lighten the mood at the funeral. But it was a lot of fun. It was very cool. Lots of conversation. Just time to just kind of breathe, be without kids, and have a good meal, and make some new friends, strengthen friendships, and that. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Saturday for me, I'll just say, was a very long day because I was here at 6 a.m. to start for men's breakfast, the Beyond the Bacon, which you taught at, and did a wonderful job. I've had a lot of people talk about how great that was.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate the feedback.
It was really good. And then, to come for the marriage adventure later, just a really fun evening. So thank you for the hard work that you put into that. I know you put in a lot, and a lot of people helped. We had Sean Nielsen doing photos,
Yep,
and
it was
so
fun.
that's great, which means Christine was
Christine
here also
helped
doing
a
lot,
ton.
doing a lot of work.
Yes.
Josh Zahoski was here for men's breakfast early, and then for marriage adventure too. So he's here for a long day, and just a lot of.
And then there was
helping out.
child night too.
So the childcare night was going
Yep.
on at the same time.
Same time.
Yep.
And then Kairos too,
Oh, yeah,
all day
Kairos.
Saturday.
That was all day.
This weekend,
Yep.
especially Saturday,
Packed house.
this building was like buzzing. So it was a fun weekend. It was a lot of great ministry and that stuff going on. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I don't know, what was your takeaway from the date night?
It went by fast. Probably Mr. Sam Sung.
It was a lot of fun.
The questions were great that he asked.
He had like a 2-minute, 3-minute stand-up
No,
routine.
I got to
Yeah.
see this. You recorded it, right?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, if I've heard rumors that it exists on the internet somewhere, and I do need to see
It
it.
doesn't exist on the internet, but
Well, it exists
I have
somewhere.
access to it. Yes.
So it went fast. What else?
Packed house. Probably the biggest event we've had.
For the marriage?
For a
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah, we had 32 couples.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Who did you and Scott sit with?
X-Strands and Fredman's.
So. Cool. Jeff's kind of a drag, but other than that. No. Oh, Jeff would love that joke.
Did you get to pick your table, or were they assigned?
She assigned him, so
I
she
did
picked.
the
She picked the
assigned
people who she
seating.
wanted
So
to
she
sit
picked her table. She assigned, yeah.
And
but I
you
will
picked
say-
Jeff? Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, Aaron's that
That's
awesome
true.
that you put up with Jeff. It's nonsense, but and the Fredmans are just great.
Yeah.
So no, we talked about like should we just be open? Should we sign?
Yeah.
I know Sarah was trying to like sign kind of people if they're in small groups, like with other people they're in small group with, or if they weren't like similar, age or stage of life, that sort of
Yeah.
thing, just
Yeah.
to kind of have a good connection. So, yeah, it's cool.
Didn't
Yeah,
want anybody to stand alone.
That's right.
That's right.
They didn't. They sat alone, maybe, but they didn't stand. No,
It
Jordan
always
was just happy that I didn't have to do, like, I actually got to sit down for brief periods.
Well, I had heard that it was a random drawing on who got to be on
Yes.
the panel.
Yes.
Yep.
And somehow.
And guess who drew the names out of the basket? And guess who was the very first name?
I heard you pulled your name.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I heard that you were like, oh man, I didn't really want to pull my name.
no, I didn't. I hold fast to this. This is a conviction of mine that if it's a ministry event that I'm a part of, that I'm like overseeing or involved with in any way, I shouldn't benefit from it. And
But
it
your
doesn't
wife can.
That's why we played, because I knew
Yes.
Jordan loves doing that. And I pulled it tag, and my instinct was to be like, nope, someone else. But I was literally standing right here, pull it. I'm like, oh, seriously, first one, it says Tizers on it. And then I just look up and it's Jordan's looking at me. I'm like, all right, yeah, well,
Actually, you said, do you really want to play?
yeah.
And she said yes.
Right. If you know anything about my wife, she's extremely competitive. We're both very competitive. It's just I'm a little quiet about my competitive nature. She's a little more outgoing. In that setting, though, you can't really be outgoing competitive. But here's the other tension. We both really want to win, and we did win.
Good job.
Yep.
Thanks. But the whole time I was like, I really want to win, but I don't want to win. I don't want to walk with like a prize. That
Did
goes
you know there
against
was a
Because
prize?
there were prizes.
Yeah, because
He
I bought the
Oh
them.
yeah, that's
They're
true. I
gift
guess.
So, and then, so
Were they designated prizes for first,
there was
second,
a
and third?
first
Yes.
place.
You didn't get
there
to
was
pick?
a first place $50 gift card to Texas Roadhouse. And then 2 gift cards to Starbucks. Like, it was only like $10 gift cards at Starbucks for second and third place.
Yep.
Participation trophies.
Yeah.
And so
Did everybody's
I left
name
that.
go in the hopper?
Anyone
No,
who
anyone
wanted,
who wanted to.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we didn't want people to feel like they were forced if they didn't want to come up on stage. So if like that's not your thing, you don't want to, then we had a separate basket where everybody could put in a name just for the raffle. Because we had a separate raffle for an additional gift card,
Just because.
Texas Roadhouse, just a raffle to give away, and then 2 other Starbucks cards. So here's the thing. We won. I put that gift card aside. I left it, and then we went to get the other like raffle basket. Brad Martin's up here helping me, and I pull it, and I get the 2 Starbucks gift cards, I think, or maybe I did the Texas Roadhouse one first. I pulled it. It was Tizers. I'm like, seriously, I threw that one away.
In fact, he went,
And then I did the other ones, and then the gift card that was there for the winning the game was in the other basket, and Brad's like, "Oh, there's one more." I'm like, "Okay," so we just pulled another one and gave that. I think the Sailors or maybe the Nielsen's I forgot who someone got that one, but
I think it was the
Yeah.
Sailors. I think they won twice, or got 2.
they got a
I think so.
Starbucks for playing because
Yep.
they were one of the contestants. But yeah, it was fun.
Sweet.
It's a lot of fun, but I don't like. To me, it's like it's for everyone else. I don't. It feels weird to go be in charge of something and then win.
But you pay to be there.
So it's weird.
Well, your wife enjoyed it. It was good.
Yes.
I'm glad
No,
you
it's
didn't. I'm
fun.
glad you
Yeah.
didn't
We had
just
a good
dip out.
time.
I mean, sometimes you're part of it too.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
No, I was. We had a fun time. We won.
We won.
That
That's
was
all
a-
that matters.
That was a
We're
prize.
we're the best
That was a
newlyweds
prize,
or whatever.
prize in and of itself. We won.
How well do you know your spouse is what
Should I know that?
Sam
Is it called?
Sung called it.
This was the best. Sam's, yeah, he tells a story of why he came up with the phrase, should I know that? And a couple examples.
Yeah.
And hilarious. Anyway. But yes, any other thoughts on that? On the date night?
Any
Marriage
other
adventures?
women's events coming up?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the If Gathering,
You want me to switch the events page? I always draw blank when I'm trying to think of what's happening in church.
which is, we have the 2 biggest events coming up
Yeah.
of our year. The If Gathering, which I've never been to, so I can't really tell you about it.
You can tell us.
Sure. We haven't either, so you can just say anything you want, and we'll just agree with you.
It's a conference that's actually held in Texas, and there's multiple speakers, and then they allow churches to be hosts and simulcast it, is what they call it, from locations. So that's what we're going to do.
So we're hosting
Instead of
a stream.
instead of a retreat, that's what we're going to do because we feel like it's just easier.
It's one day.
It's one
Yep.
day, Sometimes they're Friday night and Saturday. We're just going to do one day this year and see how it goes.
Yeah. It's good. There's breakfast and lunch.
Continental breakfast. There's a difference.
continent? Which continent?
There's a
my question.
difference.
If it's
It's not a full
Antarctica.
breakfast.
Antarctica. So there's
Antarctica.
going to be like
So if you don't like
whale blubber
muffins,
and
if you don't like
Sled
muffins
dogs?
or
You having sled
pastries,
dogs?
eat
Sorry.
before you come.
muffins and pastries.
What is
That's
the
continent.
difference?
That's the difference.
No meat?
There's no meat or
No
eggs,
protein,
no
right?
protein.
Continental. But what about hotel breakfast? That's continental, but they have yogurt and the
Eggs?
those
Yeah,
fake eggs.
No.
You gonna have yogurt?
No.
Well,
I mean,
it's
we
not
could.
Meat. Yogurt's not meat.
No, but there's protein.
I got to check the budget first.
But isn't there a charge for it?
No.
Oh, I
There
thought
is
was
a
like-
charge,
yeah,
but that's not covering that.
it's not covering
It covers
breakfast.
the
So
simulcast.
it covers the lunch and the.
Oh, what's for lunch? That's important.
Well, we
Chicken sandwiches?
had an idea,
Freddy's
and now
chicken sandwiches?
we're reconsidering.
Freddy's chicken sandwich.
Still on the table.
That was good. That was good.
Can we vote? What are the choices?
Well, we were gonna
No,
do.
let's
No,
not
I
do
don't
it.
want to say it out
Okay,
loud because
all
then
right.
people will get like, no.
And we have absolutely no bearing on whether.
Look, she's
yeah.
trying to get Liza to part with her Chick-fil-A coupons. So, yeah,
Hanging on to those tight, huh?
I would. They're valuable commodities.
All
Yeah.
right. So that's all the reason just to come to find out what the lunch is
To
going to
see
be.
what
Food
lunch
is the
it's a
hardest
mystery.
part.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It really is.
It's hard. It's hard to please people.
Yes.
And then the allergies
Yeah,
and
allergies
Yes.
and stuff and diets. And,
convictions.
okay, allergies are
And
legitimate.
everything is like
Well, yeah,
a
it's a-
bajillion dollars now. So,
Allergies are legitimate. The hard part is when people are like, "Oh, I'm doing,
Yeah.
this or that diet,"
Yeah.
which it's fine. That's if what you want to do, but man, that's hard to figure
Right.
out what to
Mm-hmm.
feed people. So anyway, food for groups is tough.
All right. So if conference,
Yeah, there'll be some table discussion and some worship and
Mexican good lunch, yes,
giveaways,
nice.
raffles.
live worship.
No,
is that part- it's
no,
part
of
it's
the
part
conference?
of the
Yeah,
conference.
gotcha.
Yeah, they got.
they have worship
Is it
team.
Christine Nichols? She's nationally
Okay.
known.
Sweet,
Yeah,
cool. What else you had? You had two
And we
big
have the
things
spring
come up.
brunch.
You got the spring brunch.
the annual spring
Where's my
brunch.
card? This is hard to do left-handed and not being able to see.
That's our biggest event
Oh,
of the year.
hey. Oh, yeah,
Is
you got
that
the spring
around
brunch.
Easter?
It's always after Easter.
April 27th.
The Sunday after Easter?
No.
Oh.
We try to do it in April, depending on when Easter falls. This year it's early, so
Yeah.
it really
Yeah, it's
didn't
very
matter.
early.
But
It's March 31st.
before May, when all the grad stuff starts, all the craziness.
And that's always one of the biggest women's events of the year.
The
That's-
biggest.
Yeah, a lot. A
Yep.
lot of women show up for that. So
And Miss Holly's going to speak this year.
Holly Sable, that'll be good. It'll be awesome. We have a men's breakfast. We just had it Saturday, but next one coming up in March. Cultural Day, the youth are doing. I forgot all the details on that. We should probably check on all the
I
details
have a
of that with
child in
Brad,
that, and I don't even know.
I know,
So-
same.
Yeah, me too.
Same, all three of us. Easter Extravaganza, though, there's event sign up on that for that already. That's actually the Saturday before Easter, the 23rd. That was a lot of fun last year. Do you guys remember? Were you around for that at all?
We were not
helping
here.
last year. There was a huge snowstorm that overnight that day, and we had to
Move the-
delay it an hour.
I do remember that
So-
part.
Is that up for certain ages or?
Yeah, it's elementary up to I believe it's
Fifth
kids
grade, I
ministry.
think
so
it
I
is.
think it's
Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
kids ministry puts it on.
Yep.
Okay.
bring the kids, bring your friends for a crazy fun family
Family
time.
time.
Now let me ask you this: do you guys hide eggs at home? Do the cooks hide eggs?
We do not. We never have had to because we go to relatives' houses that do it for us. So we've never had to.
We
And do the kids enjoy it still?
That's up for debate. I'm not quite sure. I think the motivator is that they're not filled with candy anymore. They're filled with money.
Yeah.
So
We have that. It's candy, and then a few of
Money.
them have some
Yeah.
money
Yes.
too.
So we have a golden egg that I put money in. I don't know what it is, $20 or something. And they absolutely love. I mean, we'll put the
Yeah.
eggs out, and they still are into the eggs, like finding the eggs. I don't know why. They really enjoy it. But the golden egg, man, that is like super competitive. They're way into it. And Cameron is on a hot streak, man. She is just crushing Josie year after year on this. And the problem is, I'm running out of. I mean, I don't want it to be like,
Easy.
you know,
Yeah.
easy, but I also don't want it to be at the bottom of the freezer where they have to get into the thing to
Yeah,
find
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like you want to make it realistic, you know, like, well, you just have to cut out the drywall and you'll find it behind here,
Yeah.
you know, type thing. But it's
Although
hard
you
to find.
could do that right
Yeah,
now.
I think we could. Yes. But it surprises me, you know, they're teenagers that they're still into the egg thing. So, point being, kids love
Yes.
that. They love the egg hunt. What's not to love about an egg hunt?
Nothing. Nothing's not to love. There is baptism coming up. I believe it's going to be on Palm Sunday. Let me double check that.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I read the bulletin
Yeah.
or the program.
Yep. 24th. 9 and 10:30 services. So that's actually the same weekend as so you got Easter extravaganza on that Saturday. Then the next Sunday or the next day, Sunday, Palm Sunday, we got baptisms during service. So if anyone that would like to be baptized, contact the office. We'll get in touch with one of the pastors and talk through that. It's always awesome to celebrate that on a Sunday morning and be able to celebrate that with whoever's getting baptized.
So yesterday was Ash Wednesday.
Yep.
As traditional Ash Wednesdays, the youth did dodgeball and pizza as your traditional Ash Wednesday. Did you guys ever grow up in traditional settings with Ash Wednesday?
No.
No? Did you?
No.
I remember.
Well, our youth group used to do an ash
Yeah, you did that.
service. Yeah.
And did the cross on your forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also washed feet and stuff, so ours was a little bit different than normal youth groups.
We
Hey,
did.
speaking of youth group,
We did the traditional ashes.
Did you?
Growing up?
Well, you
know?
grew up Catholic.
Catholic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying.
that you're better than us. I think that's what you're saying.
Well, not on that, not for that reason.
I know.
But no, I'm indifferent on it. But I'm saying what is it's the start of Lent, right? And the 40 days represents the 40 days of Jesus, right? And before his fast. And whether or not we observe those traditions, it is kind of a nice. You could be really intentional during these 40 without making it an idol or making it something that that it can turn into where it's like, oh, I'm better than you because I did this.
Yeah.
But this could be a nice 40 days of reflection, of fasting, of spending some intentional time getting your heart ready for Easter. And sometimes that is kind of lost in the Protestant
Yeah.
calendar.
Informal.
Yep.
Kinda,
Yep.
I did. So years ago when I was a junior high pastor, I was teaching on spiritual disciplines and things along those lines. And one of the teachings was on sacrifice, and it was around this time of year. It wasn't necessarily on Ash Wednesday or anything, but actually I think it was during Lent. And I challenged my junior high kids to pick something to sacrifice during that time. And one of them wrote their little brother's name down. Just joking. No, no. But when I had these broken tiles, I had these tiles broken up, and I had this wooden cross, and they were with the Sharpie write what they were gonna kind of give up for Lent and for that period, and they were glue them to the cross, and then so weekly during that period we could be reminded of it, and they were putting big stuff down. I mean, this is when iPods had first come out, and every junior high kid in my ministry had iPods, and several of them put their iPod. They were putting big things, video games, TV, I'm like, wow, this is big sacrifices. So I actually wrote coffee because one of the kids said, you should give up coffee. I was like, dang it. I guess I got to try giving up coffee. But it was only like a couple days in that they told me, like, you should start drinking coffee again. No, just kidding. I did give up coffee for Lent,
Wow.
and that was tough. That was a struggle, especially the first 2 days. Headaches are real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Withdrawals, but it was really convicting because here are these, 7th and 8th graders who were taking it really seriously, taking their faith seriously, and we talked about what the reason for giving up something isn't just to just for the sake of what are you giving up for Lent, so you could tell people. It's so that rather than doing that thing or focusing on that thing, you could focus your heart and your mind on God, and so they were really taking that seriously. And you're right. I think we could look at those things and think they're like formal or traditional or whatever, but the traditions are usually started for a reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes along the line, the reason and the meaning gets lost. But if you are going to do something like that and you keep the reason for it, I mean, it's important. It's good. And I think we do lose some of those things over time. We talked about this a few weeks back.
I don't know.
As
I feel like as I'm getting older,
I think you think about those things more.
I know, and I feel like I'm gravitating more towards some of those traditional things.
Yeah. Sadly, I can probably tell you my kids don't even know it was Ash Wednesday yesterday.
Yeah, mine don't. Yeah.
I don't even know if they know what it is yet.
Yeah. They probably had some kids at school.
Maybe they think it's dodgeball and
Maybe.
pizza.
Yeah,
Dodgeball and pizza.
could. They could.
That's the youth group version of Pints and Paddles.
Yeah.
Dodgeball pizza. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway. Well, so Sarah Cook, we need to know more about you.
Oh, boy.
So,
Yeah.
right?
Did you prepare?
Kinda.
Okay. That's good. That's more of
One,
Okay.
what's
Yeah.
your biggest fear? Two, no, just kidding. One, besides being put on the spot publicly.
Yeah.
So, let me go back to conversation and so legitimate texts that I had. I told Sarah what we could talk about so that she wouldn't be put on the spot.
Yes.
And she wouldn't feel.
We wanted to make it so she would come back.
Yeah.
Our number one
Don't
goal
like
is
to
that
be
she
put
would
on the
leave here and
spot.
want to come back.
No.
So we didn't make you rank
I'm
blind
not
top
a good
five.
thinker on the spot.
We didn't make you top five of the pastors at the church or anything.
Oh, yeah.
like
Here's
that,
question number one. Which of your kids is your favorite?
Yeah. And they're
Okay.
both going to hear this
Yeah. Okay.
podcast.
We talked about date nights and we talked about stuff, and we mentioned your husband's name, Scott. How did you guys meet?
We met at the upper room.
In Jerusalem?
Either of you guys know? No.
Oh.
That would have been a cooler story, though.
No, it's not. Sorry.
Have you heard of the upper room?
No, what is
you
it?
You probably haven't, because I don't think they would have been here when that was around. The upper room was a Sunday night church that happened in Edina, outside of Christ Presbyterian.
I never went.
It was in another church, so they rented, did that whole thing, and it was meant for young adults at the time. That's how we met. We were put into a small group together randomly. The whole group was random. In fact, this is kind of a funnier part of that story, is that the groups were supposed to be selected in geographical location because this church drew from all over the Twin Cities. And our group, I kid you not, so the church was in Edina, and we had, I'm from Hastings, which is south
Yeah, where
of
is
the
that?
city.
South? Okay.
Southeast, half hour from Edina. Scott was in Dayton, which was northwest, a half hour from Edina. And then everybody else was in this huge circle around. And this was supposed to be meal groups. They call them meal groups, where you'd meet in a home, have a meal, and then you'd do a study. and ours was probably the farthest everybody
Yeah.
away from everyone.
They're just
and
like
yet we
outside the metro group,
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
no matter which direction.
So you got to be, yeah.
And yet ours was the longest standing, one of the longest standing.
Because you had
So-
like skin in the game. You had a long drive. Like you had commitment.
True.
Yeah.
There's a commitment there.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
just all got
And what year was
along.
this?
06.
Okay.
I know. It's a long
Sorry.
time ago. So we were randomly placed in this
So you're
small
placed
group
in this
together.
group. How long before you started dating?
24
4
hours.
months. We started the group in January, and by April we were emailing. There was no texting. There
no
was
instant
no
messaging?
No.
AOL, like AIM or anything?
No.
No?
We were emailing, but he long before that was walking in my car and doing weird things. Like, why? I don't.
Weird. It's not weird.
It's not
Well, I had
weird.
been single for 5 years, so it was
Okay.
like, I don't.
He was trying to make sure your
weird.
car was working
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't want you to get.
So,
I know.
We
He's-
actually kept it
Clearly, that's
quiet.
important to him.
Yeah.
yes.
That's what he does.
Yes. We kept it quiet for probably 6 to 8 months.
Why?
We didn't want to change the dynamic of the group.
Oh, they knew.
Because we get
They
no,
do.
they actually. It took them a while, but we started showing up
Why
to
is
the
Sarah
church
Scott
services
so awkward
together.
around each other all of a sudden. When we're,
Yeah,
like-
we wouldn't sit by each other in the group, and yeah,
I'm picturing like Dwight and Angela in The Office. How they try to keep it a secret.
And everybody knows.
Yeah. You guys watch The Office at all?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Never mind. Someone
All
will
right.
get it. That's cool though.
Yeah.
That you guys were matched that way. That goes to my long-standing belief that if you put like single people in proximity, they will start being attracted to each other. Church-wise. That's why you see kids that grow up together in youth group, like really involved,
Oh,
or
yeah.
in youth group. It's like that's a common story around churches. Like, oh, we met in youth group, or
That's where
we
we
met
met.
in college, right? It's like young adults, especially if you're in a young adult ministry.
Yeah.
It's like you just start hanging out more as a group. Over time, a few of them are starting to like.
Well, you have
pair
the
up.
most
Yeah.
important thing in common.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that you
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
are
like,
Christians.
you have some other conversations,
Yeah.
outside of it, so you get to know people a little bit. But yeah, anyway.
All right, next question.
Yeah. Not Dwight and Angela. Not Jim and Pam. No, like that was. No, Dwight and Angela are kind of like secretly like.
Where did you go to
touch each other's
college?
hands and stuff.
Where did I go to college? Eau Claire, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire.
And what was your area of study?
Human resource management.
Really?
Cool.
Whoa.
Is that a
I don't know. I
You seem
just
too
didn't-
nice to be
yeah.
in HR.
well?
Well, maybe we're having all kinds of
know.
HR violations right now. We don't even
Probably.
know it.
Yeah. She's taking note.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever work in that setting?
Nope. Well, a little bit. Indirectly. At that time, when I graduated in 2000, the jobs were hard to find, and they always wanted someone with like 5 to 10 years experience. So I said, forget it. I'm going to go work with my youth pastor. So I worked with him for 3 years in high school youth ministry.
Yeah. So no one knows this, that you have a youth
No.
ministry background.
Well, I'm not schooled in it. I just, yeah.
You don't
High
really need to
school
be.
is I love high schoolers.
You're about to have one.
Yeah,
Let's see how you answer this in a year.
I know.
You have an easy one.
Would you? Do your kids not want you to volunteer in the youth program?
I've never asked them that,
Okay.
but I'm
I know I
choosing
know you
not
do
to.
the kid stuff. So
Kids is different, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to their classroom at school and they want you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They hug you,
Mm-hmm.
they still like you. You reach that middle school and they're like, please don't be in the room with me.
But in middle school, they secretly want you there. They don't want you to
Do they?
embarrass them.
True.
They don't tell you that they want you, to, but they secretly like if you're there, I think.
So would you volunteer with the youth here?
Put her on the spot, dude.
Well,
That's Braxton's
that's true.
job
That's true.
this summer.
No, I can answer it.
Yeah. Some kids don't want their parents
Yeah.
there. You know,
Yeah. Like
yours
I asked
don't.
mine.
I mean,
Clearly they don't.
I would
I
ask
know.
it. I would ask, and I would honor it if they didn't. But I haven't asked them yet.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to do.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. I told Brax, hey, as soon as once Riley's old and once all of our kids are here Wednesday night, I'll volunteer in youth. This was a couple years ago, and because this is the only church I've been a part of where I'm not actively part of a youth ministry, and it was strange for several years.
Yeah.
First couple of years here, like I know way more parents than I do students. Don't even know a lot of these students. It was weird, but just 2 years ago, I think I was down there, and I'm like, I helped with one of the small groups that night, the guys group, and they had a leader, and these group of kids had been with that leader for several years, and I was like, wow, he's highly capable. I was like, I am not needed right here. And then at the same time, Jackie was like desperately in need of more men for Kids Quest, and I was like, I told Brax, I'm going to help in Kids Quest for now, and then we'll see. But one of the things I've never wanted to be my own kid's like small group leader.
No, I would never do
no.
that.
That's
Although I'm a girl, so that would never happen.
Yeah.
So
But I just that was kind of a thing for me, like being a pastor on staff. And my kids are going to spend enough time
yeah,
here and enough time, like with church involvement stuff. I want it to be their church too. I don't want. I don't know. I value highly other adults or young adults or whatever pouring into my kids spiritually. I think that's really important. And now I got 2 boys in youth, and I tell Brex this all the time. You have no idea how good you have it, that you have like guys like Mike and Jay Van and and Kim Kringen and Scott Whitman, and like really mature men who have a lot of youth ministry background and experience. And by the way, you're on staff with a senior pastor who is all about, like, you know, there's no problem with youth ministry, which isn't always the case. Like, it's kind of like a necessary evil for a lot of church, which is sad. But and all these former youth pastors on staff, and it's great. But man, our youth ministry has so many amazing. I just named men, but like women too. I'm looking at Bert Anderson and Amy Belchek and like
Jess. Brax's wife.
Yeah, Jessica Carvet's like grew up. Her dad was a youth pastor. Like grew up in the church. Celeste. So many mature Christian adults, which is amazing to be pouring into youth. So
HR to youth ministry to now you're an accountant.
No, she's a pickleball court designer.
She makes dreams happen.
Yeah.
She's making dreams.
It's like
happen.
Extreme Home Makeover is what she is. Remember that show?
Yeah. Pickleball
no, I'm
edition.
a bookkeeper
Oh, that's similar.
for an accounting firm.
Okay. And you're
Interesting you didn't do HR for the accounting firm.
No, he was just starting.
and a world-class
He's a new-
seamstress too.
I do some quilting, yes.
Man, you are.
She's a Renaissance
Are
woman.
you feeling like we don't really have much for talent, Greg?
I feel like that every day. I just,
I would probably guess that I have some sort of adult ADHD where I
Yeah, but you're.
like to be doing things.
Yeah.
I don't like to sit.
Same.
But it seems like your HD, whatever, is like propels you to successful things.
Yes. I actually just took a test.
Mine propels me to meaningless stuff.
Yeah.
I actually just took a test recently, and one of my, whatever your words are, whatever, is achiever. So it doesn't. It
Strength
makes
finder?
sense.
Yeah.
Well,
can see
something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yep.
Well, you've passed that on to your kids. They're,
Well, not one of them.
boy, she's got high standards. I know both of her kids. I think they're pretty good at achieving things.
Batting
Well,
500.
school, yes, they're both good in school, but other things
good.
like, chores and
Well, they're kids.
They're kids.
That's part of being a kid. Is there a kid that's really good at chores?
no.
Right.
Yours, probably. Yours, yeah. I remember years ago you telling me like that your kids did their own laundry.
Well,
since
that's
they were
not a
little.
necessity.
Oh,
That's
mine
just,
have done their
How old were they when they started their own laundry?
kindergarten.
They're
Kindergarten?
pretty young. They're pretty young.
Mine were kindergarten.
Yeah, pretty young.
Yeah.
That was one of the chores I don't like to do. So I was like, I'm not
There you
doing
go.
all of
Farm it
yours.
out.
That's a family thing
That's
too.
half
so
of parenting right
I
there.
do mine. Julie does hers.
Same.
Okay.
You're on your own.
Yep.
on
That's how
laundry.
our house
What
is,
happens
too.
when everybody needs to wash her at the same time?
That is a trick. Because sometimes that happens.
Okay.
All right. What else can we know about you?
I don't know. What else? How you guys met? How you guys? So Scott lived in Dayton. So is it the? Did he have where you guys live
He
now?
had the house.
That was okay. So
Yes,
he's
and in
lived there
fact,
for a
when
while.
we were dating, that was like 2 weeks in, the deal breaker, we call it. He had told me, I don't think we're going to be able to keep going if you're not willing to move out of Hastings. And I said, done. But I had cats, and that was my deal breaker. Like,
Oh.
they're coming with me. So
That's a big one.
he said,
I don't know
okay.
if I could do.
Have you been to their place?
No.
They have a great house. They have a nice lot, and then Scott's just this wonderful shop.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So
I knew
if you
of
want to
Scott
feel
before
if
I
you want
knew
to feel
Scott.
jealous, just go over there and look
He
at his
bought
shop.
the house for the garage.
Okay.
He
It's
was a
awesome.
bachelor.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
yeah.
He's a mechanic, so that's important. Which is why he followed you to the car to make sure your car was running. So I knew of Scott before I knew Scott or you before you guys started coming here, because I knew of Scott's dad's shop.
Really?
Yep. There's an older lady from a previous church that she was from Crystal, New Hope area, and she always talked about Cook Automotive or Cook Auto, which is
Yeah.
automotive.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she called it automotive, and she couldn't drive for a time. Her car's broken down. I don't know. Gave her a ride over there, and I was like, oh, Scott's dad was there in the office.
Crazy.
This is years ago. Yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of cool.
Small
Well,
world.
we just found out last summer that we have a connection to Terry's grandparents.
Oh my goodness.
We have pictures.
Wait, there's 50 Terrys here.
Terry McEachran.
There's a few Sarahs too.
Yeah, there's.
that we have pictures of her grandparents and Scott's grandparents at a church Christmas party
way.
together because they were at the same church.
That's cool.
Wow.
What church? Do you know?
Olivet Baptist.
Wow, that's cool. So grandparents. So that's you're
Yes.
talking a long time ago.
Yeah, it's pretty
Awesome.
crazy.
Sweet. And you have a connection here too.
To who?
You're practically stepbrothers with someone else in the office.
Oh yeah.
Your dad and
My
Andy Rubel's dad.
Yeah, my dad and Andrew's
Were roommates in
were
college or
roommates.
something?
Yeah.
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 I thought you were going to make a connection. I'm like, we're not quite there yet.
No. No. So this is funny. I don't want to.
But I think
but
I will say this. I think he might have put more effort into Valentine's Day than I did. So
No hot
apparently,
tamales.
certainly more than Scott did.
Yeah. Well,
I got a card.
Oh, that's nice.
so I was talking to one of your kids last night
Mm-hmm.
after youth who was waiting for the other one.
Yeah. I know
And
which one you're talking to.
and she mentioned how, oh, that boy's, if he's still here, then like we're not leaving. Oh, he's gone. Okay, maybe we could leave now. I said because I said, oh no, I saw him walking down the hall with his. Oh, he's gone. Then we'll be able to leave now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I gotta go. I
Yeah,
need to cut this
bathroom.
short.
120,
no, I
man.
gotta get back to work.
Is it 120? Yeah.
Working.
This day's flying by.
Well, Sarah's gonna come back on.
You know, what did we not cover that we
Yeah, what
wanted
do we
to
know?
cover?
Well, we were gonna talk about the Chosen. We didn't even get to it.
Yeah, we didn't. That's okay.
That's a hot
another.
topic.
That's another thing. We were
Yep.
gonna talk about the Chosen.
Yep.
Mike found an article about the show The Chosen on if you should watch it or should Christians watch The
Yeah,
Chosen.
that was the name of the article.
I'm like, well,
I've seen it. I've seen the Chosen. You?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Good. Well, no, I was laughing because the end of the article, the guy's last paragraph. Did you read the
I
article?
didn't read the whole thing.
It basically
Yeah.
said it's like it's a matter of conscience. Like, so you did have this article, and it's like, do whatever you want. Like,
maybe you'll link. Do you ever link things?
yeah, I can link it. I
There
can
we
link
go.
it in the comments. No, it's interesting. It's good points to consider. And if nothing else, the Chosen, I will say, like they're very upfront about this is not the Bible. It's not a replacement for the Bible. In fact, hopefully you would. I've heard them like Dallas Jenkins say. We hope it makes people go and read the Bible. But one of the points in there is like just being careful that, or is it going to shape the way people read the Bible,
Yeah.
right? And I thought that was interesting because I remember, there's certain movies that come out. Like, I have a good friend that would not go see The Passion when it came out, and there was a lot of controversy around that movie. But her whole reason is she knew that would imprint in her brain what Jesus looked like and was like, and she didn't want that. So, like, that made sense to me. That point in the article of like, this can shape how people read and view Scripture, and that's potentially dangerous. But
I heard next season on The Chosen is the crucifixion.
really, so
Yeah, that's what I heard next season.
See, I don't worry about that part of it. Mine is more like it just helps me envision what happened, might have
Right.
happened, right?
And one of the pro
Just like-
points in that article was kind of
Yeah.
similar. Like, it gives some personality
Yeah.
around the people, which retellings of sometimes you'll get like a movie or something that's just a strict word for word of, and like to their point in the article was sometimes that comes out very stale, and this gives a lot of depth
Yep.
to characters and personality and culture and the times and all that. So, yeah, I'll post the article and the link
Yep.
here. We talked
Cool.
about family business a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Thank you, Sarah, for all that you do around here in ministry. Do a lot of stuff. Decision paralysis is a real thing. Paralysis by analysis. But Sarah, you do like you're a women's ministry leader. You help out here with kids a lot. You do a lot of stuff just around behind the scenes to help, I know, with kids with Jackie and Courtney and all that. So thank you for volunteering your time and your talents, your effort. Doesn't go unnoticed by most of us, I know. So you're okay too.
Thanks.
Yeah, you do all right. But anyway, if you
Just
want to get to
don't
know
ask me to
Sarah a little
preach.
bit more or something, and don't know her well, catch her in the hallway or around the church and just invite her out to a cup of coffee or something.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Invite her out.
Ice cream or coffee,
Yes.
both.
Yes.
Coffee flavored ice cream. You like that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's Asher's jam. Asher
Yeah.
loves
Jackpot.
it. Yep. Anyway.
All
All right. Say goodbye, Sarah.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Yeah. And you'll love it.
You know,
See ya.
wait.
Wait, what?
I thought you were going to make the joke about The Chosen.
What was the joke about?
Your
the
joke. Wait, they made a movie out of that book?
Oh, dang it. They made a movie out of it? All right. They made a book out of it. They made a book out of it. Dang, the ultimate. I don't want to disrespect Scripture that way, Mike. All right, now I'm going to stand here awkwardly until someone else cuts off the stream since Andy's in Hawaii. No, I'll do it. I got it. See you, everybody.